From bartenders who turned the bar into a full-blown strip show and getting dragged out by security, to another who secretly refilled premium liquor bottles with cheap alcohol, causing a fight between the owner and the customers. Here are the worst bartenders in Bar Rescue Season 4, starting with Cameron from O'Kelly's Irish Pub, who showed what happens when a bartender refuses to take accountability because he thinks no one could fire him.
Starts drinking, then he's totally out of control.
Sometimes I like to put a show on. People like to see that stuff. They like energy.
Cameron literally acted like a 3-year-old child and called it customer service. And if that wasn't enough, he also disrespected Kim, the bar manager, as if the bar structure didn't apply to him.
Cameron feels he can do whatever he wants because his aunt owns the bar.
I answer to Andrea.
But I'm your manager.
No, you're not my manager. You're everyone else's manager.
Why am I here?
Not sure.
With time, customers couldn't ignore his attitude and constant clashes, so they simply left the bar in peace. However, things escalated the more he spent his shifts drinking on the job, dropping glasses, giving away free alcohol, and fighting with customers, which turned every shift into utter chaos. Instead of following the structure, he ignored management and did whatever he wanted, all because he was a relative of the bar owner. That attitude spread, and soon, no one was sure about who was really in control.
Back there and make it.
I'm not making a salad. He can make it.
Then your customer doesn't get their salad, Cameron.
But things got worse during recon night. Cameron overpoured drinks and gave out drinks for free, like the bar was his personal stash. And because of that, money was leaving faster than it was coming in.
Whoa! What kind of pouring is he doing?
She's hot.
Whoever wants to put these goggles on can have a shot for free.
Cameron, no, come on.
Not only that, he abandoned his duty just to have fun with customers. And when Kim tried to correct him, he said something that really got her upset.
Gotta work. That's how you do it.
Come here. I'm gonna call Andrew to come down here if we don't start getting together.
Shut up.
Look, he has Kim in tears.
And as the bar kept slipping because of Cameron's continuous nasty attitude, it was becoming incredibly obvious that he was sabotaging the bar instead of working it, which stirred up comments like, "Dude needs to be gone, without a doubt. That bartender just has to go." And, "That guy shouldn't even be allowed to be a bartender if he acts like that." After seeing all his nasty displays through the surveillance camera, Andrea, the owner, walked in and confronted him. But instead of taking responsibility, Cameron turned and walked straight out the back door.
Away, then you're collecting.
I didn't give anything away tonight.
Cameron, I've been watching you this whole evening. Yes, you did.
I didn't even do anything tonight.
But are you nuts? Enough.
I don't want to be here to deal with it.
Andrea tried to make him understand why he had to obey the manager, but Cameron made it clear that he wasn't going to listen, especially since he was so entitled, believing he would never be fired.
You have to respect her.
Why?
Because she is your boss. Yes, she is your boss.
Act like my boss.
Well, she will start acting like your boss, and you will listen to what she says.
There's plenty of times that I wanted to fire you.
I'm probably more likely to be able to fire you than you could fire me.
However, after that, things got a bit worse behind the bar. Liquor bottles were plugged with painted golf tees to keep bugs out, a shortcut that should have never been there. There were flies inside the liquor bottles and mold under the bar, and when asked why he didn't catch any of it, Cameron admitted that he was too busy drinking to notice.
So Cameron, how come you didn't see it?
I had been drinking and
During the stress test, his lack of skill and commitment to the bar gave him away immediately. Beer was poured poorly, the drinks were made wrong, and he even admitted that he didn't know what he was doing.
Come on, Cameron. Way too much head. Do it again.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
While Cameron proves what happens when one bartender becomes too entitled to care about his role and drags the entire bar down with him, the next one on this list was all vibes that attracted chaos. Isabella and Chantel worked at Heat Restaurant and Lounge, a bar owned by Vin and Vanessa, a bar that was bringing in up to $15,000 a week at its peak.
When we first opened, it was going very well. We were making about $10,000 to $15,000 a week.
However, as business declined, the owners slashed the price of the drinks to attract more customers, which increased traffic but significantly reduced bartender tips. And that was when bartenders like Isabella and Chantel started stripping and misbehaving just to get extra pay.
Putting in that extra work, you're gonna see the results in your tips. It's there, you just have to know how to work it.
Here are definitely exhibitionists. They like dancing more than working, and that's part of our problem with not having sales.
Aside from stripping, Isabella did things that consistently drowned the business in loss by giving away free drinks to customers, handling the bar like it was a charity organization.
Who's paying for the shots?
We're paying for the shots.
With what money?
I don't know.
And lazing around the bar, accepting drinks from customers instead of actively trying to serve them since they had a full bar.
I don't understand how many times I have to tell you to get from on top of the bar. You look drunk too. How many drinks have you had?
My customers bottom of me.
Okay, sure. Get off the bar.
With the way the bartenders were dressed and behaved, John already knew that the bar wasn't a female-friendly bar, which is one of the reasons why the business was failing.
The way these girls are dressed, look at their uniforms. As a man, you won't bring a girl
No,
into this bar.
no way. They would make me look like a douchebag.
And as a girl, they won't walk into this bar. We have a
To confirm that, John sent in 2 ladies as recon, and that was when things escalated a bit. With the way Isabel had responded to the ladies upon asking for a menu, one would think that she had waited her whole life just to be this rude to them.
We have a menu, please.
As if that wasn't enough, when the ladies asked for Cosmos, instead of getting what they ordered, Isabella asked a very silly question in return.
How do you make Cosmos? She doesn't know what a Cosmo is.
And another bartender had to make the drinks, but serve them in 2 different glasses. To make things worse, Isabella left the bar, along with the other bartenders, and she went straight to dance on the tables in front of customers while still wearing their shoes. They were literally turning the bar into a strip club instead of managing the business. At this point, Isabella was really intoxicated, which eventually escalated things even more when she clashed with a fellow bartender over a bottle of drink.
The girls are all fighting with each other right now.
Hey, calm down for the last time. I don't know. She is a short girl. She's a short girl anyway.
After the fight, Isabella, still under the influence, climbed the table again with her shoes and continued dancing like nothing happened. So much so that even when Vin asked her to get down, she ignored him.
Bella, can you get off the bar for me, please?
Like, we're not.
Get off of the bar now.
We're not joking.
This sight was so disgusting that a viewer who couldn't hold back their annoyance said, "Hell, I would have walked out the second she stepped on top of the bar with those dirty-ass shoes. It's very unsanitary to put your shoes where customers eat and drink." Samantha, the bar manager, had already tried to send her home 5 different times that same night, but Isabella simply refused to leave. And even when she was carried down from the table because people were already walking out due to her actions, she gave excuses that made it look like she cared about the bar.
Set her down. Do not get on the bar again.
I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Are they spending money?
They're just chasing people away.
I'm trying to hype up the crowd and get everybody to do that.
At the same time, Chantel was also under the influence of alcohol and behaved aggressively to the extent that she was forcefully carried out of the bar by security.
Whatever. Hi, Queen. What we're gonna do is figure this out. No, what we're
However, she overpowered them and forcefully found her way into the kitchen, this time acting like she could do whatever she liked to do without being ordered by anyone.
All right.
I'm gonna pass. So are you gonna come back to work tomorrow? Yes, I'm coming back, whether they like it or not.
John watched all of this happen from the surveillance camera, and the next day, he called Isabella out for giving out free drinks more than everyone and being the reason why the bar wasn't making a profit.
How many Jello shots did you give away last night?
About 10.
How many people did you pour liquor into their mouths last night? Over the last 3 days, you sold $3,750 worth of liquor. The losses, $11,000 you gave away.
Now that John called her out, everyone expected Isabella to be a better person, but then those words don't exist in her dictionary. During the stress test, she disgraced both herself and the bar by not attending to customers and taking shots while on the job. Nobody expected this to happen, at least not the night every staff member was fighting for their positions at the bar. For Isabella, it was all vibes as she climbed the table again to dance and even became defensive when she was reprimanded by the owner, Vin. Because of her nasty behavior, they had no other option but to send her home.
Get off of the bar now. Seriously, right now.
I don't understand. Why are you sending me home?
You sat. What do you mean? I've been here.
Listen, Isabella, I
Stop talking back. Right now.
I don't
Stop
understand.
talking.
Am I getting sent home
Listen
for?
to me. Bella, get dressed and go home.
And what the problem is, I have people coming in, I have them spending money, I have them buying drinks. I really don't understand.
Sending her home looked like the best next step for the viewers, too, as one commented, Isabella didn't learn from her mistakes and stupidity, so she got the boot out the door. Isabella and Chantel might have turned the bar into a spectacle, but the next bartender stripped everything down to something much worse. At Artful Dodger, back in Season 4, Episode 1, Jen and Michael showed what it looks like when bartenders completely stop caring about the bar's growth. Jen first showed herself when she deliberately slowed down her pace when making drinks, knowing fully well that the bar was full, and that the actual optimal play would be speeding it up. Aside from slowing things down, she focused on one customer and never cared about shaking the cocktail she made before pouring it.
I like your eye makeup. That's a really nice color. I feel like she's carrying on a conversation.
She just dumped the drink into the shaker and dumped it back in the glass. There was no shaking it.
And Michael, he served the customers margaritas with dead fruit flies floating inside the glass.
Can I have another one?
That's funny. That's totally funny.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There's only a couple in that. Oh my God, there really is.
3 margaritas, all had fruit flies.
So you didn't drink your drinks?
No,
Did you get another drink?
3 of them.
Did that have fruit flies in it?
With the way the bartenders behaved as if they weren't bothered about the bugs floating in almost every bottle that they served the customers, it meant that they had low standards. It was really gross, and John had to shut the bar down. At that point, service wasn't just bad, it was unsafe to continue because of the bartender's carelessness.
Sure, I've had them before.
Nobody can drink anything in this bar. It is totally unsafe. Shut this bar down. Clean it up.
The next day, John returned to the bar. He pointed out how they'd been handling the ice machine, and Jen's comments showed that she didn't even know it needed to be clean. Being unaware of basic hygiene standards explained how the bar got that bad.
This came out of the ice machine. This is infested with bacteria and bugs.
It was beyond disgusting. I never saw anything like that.
And this is where you work it.
Moreover, when John also told them what he observed during recon about the fruit flies, Michael's response came off like an exclamation instead of concern. That reaction shows he didn't take responsibility, which is why the problem was never fixed.
And I sat here and watched customers all night last night do this.
It's gross.
After pointing out the issue with the bar, John offered to retrain everyone. And that was when Jen made it clear that she wasn't built for the job. Even after being shown how to make multiple drinks at once, she asked questions that indicated that she couldn't follow a basic process. This clearly accounted for the slow service and the mistakes at the bar.
Faster than grabbing the 2 bottles, doing the liquor in both, and then taking the gun and doing both.
Despite Jen's silliness, Phil, the expert mixologist, was kind enough to give a detailed answer. But the next thing Jen said shocked everyone, including John, and also confirmed that she was just a liability behind the bar.
I'm never going to do it the way that you did.
Really?
When I'm behind the bar making regular drinks, not having to do special technique, I'm a high ringer. You can't tell me my register.
What special technique?
Well, the whole stirring thing, the pouring over the ice.
Stirring?
No, I'm just saying.
It was obvious that she wasn't willing to learn, and viewers noticed it too, saying, "That lady who doesn't want to do special advanced techniques makes my brain shut down from this stupidity." And just when it seemed like it couldn't get worse, Jen got annoyed and walked out of the training because she couldn't bring herself to take responsibility for her actions.
I'm just saying that I'm not used to using it.
The more you speak, the more of a fool you look like.
I don't bring the register. I don't bartender.
Although Jen and Michael were typical examples of bartenders who didn't understand the basics and were not willing to be accountable, the next bartender went beyond that. Jolene practically lost control while working at Rhythm and Brews in Staten Island, New York. Since the bar was already failing, it became the local bikers' personal headquarters, and that was the first moment that tested Jolene's inability to handle things behind the bar.
Come in behind the bar, they go to the kitchen, they do whatever the hell they want.
Jolene showed more signs of her inexperience during recon when a customer asked about what wine they had, and her response was not what a professional bartender should have replied.
Bartender.
What kind of wine do you have?
I can make margaritas right now. You want a Cosmo?
As the customer opted for a margarita, Jolene prepared it but held the glass incorrectly in a quite disgusting way.
First of all, you never shake it with the glass up. The glass can go flying and hurt somebody. We would have pushed up against her body. She doesn't know how to separate it.
To the
glass that's been sitting on the bar. Her hand went on it, she shook it with it, and now she's using it as a strainer.
And from the customer's facial reaction, the margarita was clearly awful, which exposed a lack of basic bartending standards. But besides being inexperienced, Jolene couldn't even keep the fridge clean, from having the cups placed upside down to allowing the dirt to clot together, forming a yellowish color at the bottom of the fridge.
You ever hear the saying, don't eat yellow snow? Did you see the color of the ice in there? What color is it?
Yellow.
So, Stuart, Eric, you look at that yellow ice and you don't do a f***ing thing.
This was a serious health hazard that could affect the health of the customers or even cause their liquor licenses to be revoked. But then Jolene didn't stop at that. During the stress test, she was disorganized, running around looking for glasses and ice, unable to manage basic service flow under pressure.
Steve, I need rock glasses.
So rock glasses out.
So we're out of
I need rock
glassware. Where's
glasses
Steve?
still. I'm just waiting for rock glasses, but if I have them, you got it.
How we doing?
No communication.
I need ice.
With the way Jolene handled things under pressure, it was obvious that she was inexperienced, and her inability was seriously running the bar low. However, the next bartender was totally different in choosing attention over actual service. Tammy worked at City Bistro in St. Louis during Season 4, Episode 55, a bar run by a timid owner who refused to enforce any rules. Because there were no consequences for bad behavior, the bartenders, especially Tammy, decided that acting inappropriately paid better than actually making drinks. What makes Tammy one of the worst bartenders of the season is the deliberate choices she's made. She was flashing customers to earn tips instead of providing real service. When John Taffer arrived, he found a bar where the line between bartender and performer had completely collapsed. Tammy wasn't focused on drink quality or customer experience. She was focused on the show. Tammy's actions made it impossible for the business to be seen as a legitimate bar, and that cost her her job. She refused to leave the bar when she was fired. Someone else had to take her out.
Her out of the bar.
Moments like this drew strong reactions, with viewers pointing to it as a clear sign of weak management, saying, "A drunken bartender is such an obvious sign of a lack of discipline and unprofessional management." After being removed, she kept screaming at customers and exposing her chest to the public, since that was what she does best.
Hey! You too! Woo!
Tammy created one of the most inappropriate environments John had seen all season. But the next case, as seen in Season 4, Episode 35, takes that even further. The Hooch was a failing bar in Dearborn Heights, Michigan, and it was drowning in $350,000 worth of debt. While the owner's behavior was a major issue, the bartenders had completely abandoned their duties, ignored basic safety rules that keep people alive, and at the same time paid no attention to what made them professional bartenders in the first place.
This is the reason I'm losing my ass.
Dirty little slut.
At this bar, the bartenders didn't rely on mixing great drinks to make money. Instead, they relied on going topless and acting inappropriately to get tips.
As Chandra's obnoxious behavior got worse, so did the staff's attitude towards their jobs.
Just like that, these bartenders crossed clear professional boundaries, and that behavior shaped how the entire bar was perceived. They acted like people in a strip club, making the bar look like a place with no clear identity or standards.
Now it's just, those girls are a bunch of whores.
Viewers noticed that the bar could pass more for a strip club than a bar, as we said before, which was evident in the comment. We're getting closer to the episode where John had to save a strip club. Aside from their inappropriate behavior, they're also lawless. Because of that, one of the bartenders left the bar for the kitchen to prepare a burger, mishandled it, and nearly set the bar on fire.
While I was cooking a burger, the grill caught on fire.
Since they focused more on having fun in the bar, the quality of service dropped. They had no boundaries with customers, and the bar lost control of basic operations. These actions contributed to the financial losses that the bar faced.
I've owned this bar for 13 years, so they're losing about $4,500 a month.
That lack of standards showed even in the presentation. Amanda, one of the bartenders and also the manager, dressed unprofessionally for service, adding to the bar's poor image in front of customers.
Amanda, the manager? What's interesting is there's no uniforms. Some of the girls wear low-cut, sexy kind of uniform.
It doesn't look like she's wearing any pants.
Things escalated further when the bartenders started exposing themselves and doing disgusting things in front of the customers, turning the bar into an uncomfortable environment for them.
Topless cleanup.
I can't.
She's naked.
I can't.
With that level of control already lost, Cynthia, one of the bartenders, was actively taking shots with customers and was merrymaking instead of working, leaving the bar without any real supervision on the floor.
All right,
That same lack of discipline showed in their actual work. During recon, Amanda proved that her experience at the bar didn't include basic drink preparation, as a customer complained about the hooch she made.
What do you think?
You could tell that nothing was fresh.
The entire bar was in chaos because the bartenders didn't stick to their roles. They handled drinks at the bar and still moved into the kitchen to prepare food. However, the situation turned from unprofessional to life-threatening during the stress test when one of the bartenders broke a glass directly over the ice bin.
We have glass in the ice bin. Shut down production. Drain all the ice out of the ice bin. Nothing can be sold.
Despite John instructing from behind, the bartender kept scooping ice and serving drinks, without knowing the basic knowledge that in any normal bar, this required stopping service and clearing the ice to prevent contamination. This showed a complete disregard for customer safety. However, it didn't stop there, as the bartenders were also caught serving drinks that contained mold.
I think there's mold in the ice and there's mold in a drink.
At this point, John had to shut the bar down because of the bartender's inability to keep up with simple bartending rules.
People their freaking money back if you have to, and close this bar with some dignity.
But unlike hooch bartenders who showed what happens when safety and professionalism completely collapse, the next bartender's behavior was built around incompetence. Why Not 3 failed because the primary bartender and manager, Nick, had completely given up on professional standards. Under his watch, the bar was losing $65,000 a year, largely because the service was terrible and the environment was inappropriate.
The way they are, I'm looking at less than 6 months of staying open. It just can't continue the way it is.
From the surveillance camera, John Taffer could see Nick drinking on duty with other bartenders and giving out free drinks to his customers, yet they complained about losing money. He watched other bartenders create chaos in the bar while he folded his arms and made no attempt to stop them.
Isn't she supposed to lick your nipple first and then suck it?
They're not gonna make money like that. He's in the room watching this.
Yes, not doing anything.
Things were so chaotic that to save the bar, John shut it down and called a staff meeting. And when Nick was interrogated, he couldn't even tell the number of shots he had given away. Instead of apologizing to his family for being a failure or attempting to be sober, he made a comment that threw John off balance.
And now you're taking her money too? That's what you do to family?
I don't know what to say.
On top of his irresponsible answers, Nick was one of the worst bartenders of the season because he lacked even the most basic skills to run a drink station. When expert bartender Mia Mastroianni tested him, she was shocked by what she saw. Nick didn't know how to mix standard cocktails. He had no speed and he didn't follow any recipes.
Why are you doing that?
Get the air bubbles out.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything. You're short pouring. Be aggressive. You need to be able to come back here with confidence. You're shaking without ice. I don't know what you're doing with that.
John tried to fix the situation by demoting Nick to a barback position for the stress test.
To eliminate all excuses. So tonight I want you to start as a barback. When you succeed at that level, I'm gonna promote you to bartender. When you succeed as bartender, I'm gonna promote you to manager.
Even with simple tasks assigned to him, Nick failed. While other bartenders were busy serving customers, Nick just stood in a corner, staring. This was a bar manager who claimed to have experience in bartending. He was too slow, he fumbled the equipment, and he ended up stalling the entire bar's operation, making John yell at him.
He doesn't have any hustle in him.
No, he doesn't.
Nick, hurry up! Are they inconveniencing you? Because it sure seems that way. Seems like the whole damn place inconveniences you.
As if that wasn't enough, when Nick was put back behind the bar to serve, he messed up the whole time. He had no clue what to do, and even scooped up ice with a glass.
Three-quarters, so...
Scooping the ice with the glass.
His incompetence was so deep that John had to shut down the bar for his sake.
Shut the bar down. Don't subject them to more of your abuse.
While Nick's carelessness made him fail at simple tasks of being a bartender and manager, the next bartenders never even understood their job in the first place. Lauren, Jen, and Brittany at the Arena Bar ran the bar into losing $10,000 every month, just because of their poor performance at work. Brittany was caught serving flaming shots to customers without blowing fire out first, and that was just the beginning. Some college students sent as recon spies came into the bar and asked for basic drinks, but they couldn't get them. Lauren and Jen even had to Google the recipe recipe for preparing rum runner.
Okay.
Can I get a Long Island?
Long Island?
And rum punch for me.
Rum punch. I can't do a rum punch. Wasn't a rum runner.
I don't know. I can Google it and see if we have all the ingredients.
And even after looking it up, the drink served to the customers tasted sour. It wasn't a great experience for the first-timers.
Rice.
It's really sour. How's yours?
The biggest issue was the complete lack of control behind the bar. During John's inspection, he witnessed a bartender allow a random customer to walk behind the counter and pour his own drink.
Look at this. Mike is allowing a customer.
As if that wasn't enough, the bartenders left the bar to have drinks among themselves, while the customers were present and waiting to be served. During the stress test, the bartenders' lack of skill became even more obvious, as drinks took too long to get to the customers.
We've been waiting in line now for 15 minutes, and Brittany still didn't even acknowledge that we exist, nor do we have a drink yet.
And worse, Lauren couldn't even handle the tools to make a drink like a professional. John had to correct her twice in the middle of service.
Stop! What do you pour this into, the glass or the metal?
I'm assuming the glass.
Okay, what did you pour it into?
The glass, or the
No.
metal.
Dump it out, start over again.
Yes, sir.
No!
No, you want to use a strainer every time.
Strainer.
Yep, strainer every time.
Dump them out and do it over again.
Yes, sir.
It happened so often that the bartenders ended up wasting loads of drinks, until one customer finally said,
Jealous of the drain. It's had the most drinks poured in tonight.
As the pressure increased, Jen dropped a glass while making drinks. Lauren, on the other hand, was already crying because she couldn't get anything right. Since the bartender's inability to keep up with work was dragging the bar to the mud, John eventually ended the stress test and shut the bar down.
I think we can shut this down. We've seen everything we need to see.
We're gonna shut it down. Let's bring them up, guys.
The arena bar exposed what happens when inexperience and lack of training take over behind the bar. But the next case goes beyond ignorance. It was a complete disregard for responsibility. The bullpen bar quickly collapsed into $300,000 in debt because the bartenders treated the business like a private house party rather than a job.
Drinking all day, but I am so ready to bartend. It's like one big party. Like every day.
Instead of serving customers, they spent their shifts drinking heavily and misbehaving. They acted like they owned the place, and their entitlement was destroying the bar's reputation.
And Tara lived with Dan and Aaron.
I'm taking pictures. It doesn't. Oh my ass up right now.
Look at her hanging out all over the place.
While customers waited for drinks, Jessica went outside the bar to smoke. When Aaron asked her to go get glasses for the bar, she acted like it wasn't her duty.
Tom, you want to take a shot off me?
Jess, do something. You wonder why we don't have any glasses? Because they're right here.
No glasses.
Quit tripping over. Do your.
And for Tara and Winter, they'd completely abandoned the bar floor. Instead of working, they were in the middle of the room playing with hula hoops. As if that wasn't enough, during their party, they played with large jugs of water, leaving a massive mess on the floor that they didn't even bother to clean up, which surprised the customers. From the way the bartenders behaved, it was obvious that they were under the influence of alcohol, and this really created a bad image for the bar.
I could drink all night long.
The bartender's face drunk.
That's irresponsible. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
I don't even know how they're even serving anybody right now.
They're all too drunk.
Pull your head out of your ass and do something.
To determine exactly how much Jessica had to drink, John pulled her aside for a breathalyzer test, and the results on the screen left everyone behind the bar speechless.
Okay. What does that say?
0.21.
So you are drunk
Yeah.
by almost 3 times.
Having a bartender who was that intoxicated is a massive legal liability and proves that the staff had zero respect for the business or the safety of their guests. So it wasn't a surprise that Jessica became defensive and blamed the owner of the bar for her actions.
I do my every damn day that I'm here. You and you are never here. So why are you telling?
Why do we have to
Why
make
are
I pay your bills, damn it.
Because you're the
What?
Because you're the
Your paycheck. I should be able to depend on you.
You drink all the time on the job.
So what?
Because of this, Taffer threatened to fire her if she didn't behave herself. He gave all 3 of them, Jessica, Tara, and Winter, a final chance to prove that they were worth keeping.
Take care of my damn.
Shut up and listen to me. Or here's the deal. Tomorrow starts spring training here. Look at me. You up, I will fire you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I expect you to come in here sober. I expect you to care, and you better be able to pour a drink. If you can't, you're gone.
But then things didn't end there. After John left, Dan and Jessica had a serious confrontation outside the bar, and her attitude revealed how unreasonable she was.
What are you doing?
Shut up.
No, you. You're drunk.
idiot
I'm
out
not
there.
drunk,
Oh,
idiot.
you're not? All you've been doing is showing your abs and embarrassing me. Bills to pay.
I could do this by myself.
During the stress test, Winter fumbled with the cups, acted so disorganized, and her table was so messy that she couldn't keep up with the simplest orders and showed no improvement as the night went on.
Winter's a mess. Oh my gosh. She's making one drink at a time, one drink at a time.
Because of this, most customers got no drinks the entire time, even after waiting for a long time.
The guy next to us drinking for half an hour and drinking the entire time.
Things got even more chaotic behind the bar as Jessica struggled to handle simple tools, which made the customers laugh at her. After the stress test, Dan asked the customer to give a review about the bartenders. She said,
Guys. All right. I'm pretty embarrassed considering they barely got any drinks out. Overall, we need some serious work.
Everything led up to a point where Winter was fired the next morning because she had the lowest drink production average.
Winter, hit the road and you're fired. Find something else to do.
Jessica and Winter might have turned the bar into chaos through carelessness and entitlement, but the next bartenders featured a deliberate fraud behind the bar. Undisputed Sports Bar and Grill brought in $50,000 a month at its peak.
Making $50,000 a month.
We were the top spot in the.
However, once owner Brian O'Shea turned the bar into his personal party spot, the bartenders followed his lead and took things to the next level by turning the business into a criminal operation. The most obvious moment that their actions were starting to affect the bar was when Blue, the head bartender, served warm beer to a customer who returned it after he tasted it.
All right, so warm. I'll make you another one.
But what made these bartenders some of the worst in the show was how they migrated from just bad service to organized fraud. The staff was caught refilling premium, expensive liquor bottles with cheap alcohol.
They get the cheap liquor and they put it in here.
Okay, so like that bottle.
Yeah.
Putting cheaper brands of alcohol into premium spirit bottles. That's the type of thing that gets your liquor license taken away and your bar shut down.
Russell Davis, the expert who came with John, didn't have to look hard to find the evidence. The bartenders were so bold that they kept the funnels and tubes used for the fraud hidden right behind the bar. When John Taffer discovered the equipment, he started yelling, calling the owners thieves, and walked out.
I don't care if it's 1 bottle or 100 bottles, you're a thief. And I say the same to you. You're a thief. What integrity do you have left?
Obviously none.
Shame on you. I'm out of here. So let me out of here.
Public reaction to this discovery remains some of the harshest in the show's history. As one viewer said, "Any bar that rips off the customers deserves to fail and get shut down." The bartenders' actions had created a toxic environment where customers felt cheated. And because of that, a massive fight broke out between angry customers and the staff. China, one of the bartenders, quickly escaped through the door leading downstairs.
Cops, call the cops, call the cops. I want to go downstairs. Can I go downstairs? I'm going downstairs. I'm sorry. I know you're people.
The violence got so out of control that members of the bar rescue production crew were actually assaulted in the street. These bartenders had allowed the bar to become a dangerous no man's land. A former employee told Taffer she quit because she literally feared for her life while working there.
I was bartending alone, and customers were complaining that their drink wasn't strong enough. As soon as I turned around to the register, the glass was first thrown at me, and that was it, mayhem. Anything could happen in this bar. I thought I was gonna die.
And if that wasn't enough, during the stress test, the customer discovered a piece of broken glass in her drink as a result of the bartender's carelessness.
I just sucked up a piece of glass through my straw.
These bartenders at Undisputed didn't just fail at making drinks. They failed at being honest employees, turning a sports bar into a literal crime scene.